Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. On today's program, we will sit down with Quincy firefighter Michael Bina and learn about a special hockey game that's coming up this weekend in Quincy to benefit a Quincy man who's battling liver cancer. First, though, we do check out the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, lots of sunshine out there. It's chilly, 41 degrees right now. Highs today in the mid to upper 40s. The wind has let up a lot, so that helps with the wind chill. Tonight will be chilly again. Lows drop off into the mid 30s. First weekend of December will start out wet, windy, and warm tomorrow, kind of like yesterday, a repeat tomorrow with some gusty showers and highs in the upper 50s. It clears out for Sunday, lots of sunshine, cooler. Highs Sunday only in the low 40s. A nice day coming up on Monday with a mix of sun and clouds and a high near 50 degrees. Sunshine and 41 in Quincy right now. Checking news for you today, Quincy and MBTA police say they will continue their stepped-up patrols around the MBTA stations in Quincy after the recent kidnapping and rape of a woman from the Wollaston station. During two community meetings about that incident earlier this week, residents told police and city and state officials they remain fearful, especially the Asian community. Mayor Thomas Koch pledged the full support of the Quincy Police Department, but also stressed the importance of residents reporting any suspicious activity.
Everyone's busy in their life and just move on. But you know, it's not only you say something occurred there, the attempt on the other woman, but you know, the other thing the chief pointed out rather astutely was, you know, people heading to the T station, they got their heads down, they're texting, they're looking at their phone, they've got headphones on, they forget the surroundings, if you will, paying attention to what's around. And you know, there's certain times of the day when there's not many people around, and that's a vulnerable time in a sense that that's when people would act. Someone like this, they wouldn't do it with people around. So just remind people to be aware of your surroundings at all time as well.
Police say if a woman who was almost abducted 10 minutes before the actual kidnapping had called police, officers would have already been at the T station. A 26-year-old Christian Lynch of Quincy is being held without bail in connection with that case. He's due back in court later this month. Governor Baker says that much progress has been made in dealing with the opioid abuse epidemic in his last 8 years in office, but says the new administration still has much work to do. The governor was joined by Governor-elect Attorney General Maura Healey at the New Way Peer Recovery Center in Quincy this past Tuesday to highlight the progress made on combating opioid addiction and urged the new administration to keep up the effort. Healey highlighted the successful lawsuits against opioid manufacturers.
I think we've now recovered more than $750 million from opioid manufacturers and distributors who really fueled this crisis that, of course, also included suing Purdue and the Sackler family. But that work extended across a number of realms, and we had a number of targets. I'm grateful to the legislature for setting up the opioid Remediation and Recovery Fund, and to Secretary Sutters and the team for leading that. One thing that was really clear is we wanted to make sure that all those funds were going towards much needed places for harm reduction, prevention, recovery, treatment. As Attorney General, I made a decision that I wanted the money that we recovered in our lawsuits to be shared between the state and municipalities, knowing that each municipality or region has wonderful programming going on and is right there with the ear to the ground on how best to make use of some of those funds. So I'm proud of that partnership.
Baker and Healey were joined by Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito, Health and Human Services Secretary Mary Lou Sutters, many other state and local officials. Quincy Community Action Programs has a new location in Southwest Quincy. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held Tuesday for the new community center and food pantry on Copeland Street, right across from the former location in Brewers Corner. The new center is dedicated to longtime QCAP board member and volunteer Paul Conley, who said he shares the enthusiasm for QCAP and for that neighborhood.
It's hard to believe that I've been volunteering here for 20 years. QCAP has so many talented members and volunteers and are doing a tremendous job. Feeding, housing, and educating children, providing opportunities and an extra hand when needed. And no one is more talented or harder working than Beth Ann Stroller. Beth Ann, this beautiful new community center is only possible because of your vision and determination. We've been chasing the dream for a permanent home, and I'm so proud to see we're opening it now. Beth Ann, it has been a privilege working with you. And we have accomplished great things and had a lot of fun along the way doing it. So thank you. I've always believed the importance of public service and giving back to the community, especially this great city of Quincy. And I'm grateful, QCAP, for giving this special dedication to me, and I am looking forward to many more years of service and volunteering here. And I want to thank you all. You are the best of the best.
That new $2.3 million center provides a much larger area for the food pantry. It also includes areas for children and families, services such as housing and fuel assistance, and tax preparation services will also be offered at that new location. City and state funding, along with private donations, help to finance the new center. QCAP says they have seen a 27% increase in the need for food and services over the past 2 years. QCAP served over 31,000 individuals across all of its programs so far this year. Oh, there's a new seat on the 50-yard line at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Quincy, but nobody's allowed to sit in it. The Chair of Honor was dedicated before last week's Thanksgiving Day football game as a tribute to all prisoners of war and those still missing in action. The first POW/MIA Chair of Honor in Quincy will remain cordoned off and for display purposes only in honor of those veterans that could not return. Mayor Thomas Koch praised the efforts of Quincy Veteran Services Officer Christine Cugini, Graves Registration Officer George Bouchard, the Quincy Veterans Council, and the active American Legion posts in Quincy for helping to bring the chair to the city. Well, the Quincy College basketball team will be holding a special skills clinic for Quincy youngsters tonight at the Central Middle School. Members of the Quincy College Granite will be teaching kids in grades 3 through 5 basketball skills, including passing, dribbling, and shooting. It's a free program, no sign-up necessary, and there'll be pizza and t-shirts too. Youngsters in grades 3 to 5 and their families can just come to the clinic at the Central Middle School from 5 to 6 p.m. That's our check of news today. Coming up, we sit down with Quincy firefighter Michael Bina next. Welcome back. We are pleased to welcome to the program for the first time, hopefully not the last though, Quincy firefighter Michael Bina has dropped on by because there is a special hockey game coming up this Sunday at the Quincy Youth Arena to benefit a Quincy man who is struggling right now with liver cancer, and a good friend of Michael and also of the Quincy Fire Department. So good to meet you, first of all, Michael. Thanks for coming
happy
over.
to be here, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Appreciate the opportunity. Our viewers would be very familiar with your grandfather, Al Bina from the Quincy Quarry and Granite Workers
Quincy
Museum.
legend.
Yes, exactly. You're going to follow in his footsteps.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But I appreciate the opportunity to learn a little bit about this. Now, your friend Matthew Troy is a Boston firefighter.
Firefighter,
but lives in
correct.
Quincy.
Yep. Yeah, so he grew up in Quincy. I graduated Quincy High in 2010. And he was friends with my older brother, and me and him became very close. And the two families, my family, his family, we're real close, and it's an awesome family.
Okay.
So we're doing a charity hockey game. It's going to be the Boston Fire Department versus the Quincy Fire Department, and we're looking to get a good crowd there, and obviously show Matt how many people care and are backing him in his corner. So.
Now, we were talking before the show about how rare liver cancer is.
Yeah.
Not only that, but in a 30-year-old man, right?
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt was through the Boston Fire Department. They did a wellness screening.
Yeah.
They found that his liver enzymes were elevated. So through numerous tests and blood tests and MRIs and different all sorts of screenings, they ended up finding out that he had, it's called bile duct cancer, which is a rare form of cancer. It's basically it's cancer that ends up in the bile duct of the liver.
Okay.
It's got a medical name. I'm not going to embarrass myself and try to pronounce that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a rare form. So, I think it's 10,000 Americans a year are diagnosed with it. So it's something that's not.
It's almost
often.
non-existent.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
So when did he discover that he had this?
Maybe it's some time, like 5 or 6 months ago.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah.
right. And what does the treatment involve, Michael? What's the medical process for this?
I know that he's undergoing chemotherapy,
Okay.
so I know that's been ongoing, but I'm not exactly sure of all the medical stuff.
Okay.
If I did, I probably wouldn't be a firefighter. Might be a doctor.
Right. But suffice to say, it's extensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's an uphill battle
Yeah.
for sure for Matt, but he's a tough dude. So.
Yeah. Tell me about your relationship and and his
so
family.
yeah, like I said, I met Matt through my brother, and
Mm-hmm.
we became really close. And he enlisted in the Marine Corps a little before I did.
Oh.
So we were in the same battalion, different company. But he was always someone that I looked up to.
Really?
Yeah. And then he became a firefighter in Boston, and I became a firefighter here in Quincy. So he's just he's like a big brother to me. So.
What did he say when he found out that he had organized this fundraiser?
He's the last person to want something like this.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it was we went back and forth a little bit. And I know he's super appreciative of it now. He's happy we're doing it, but yeah, he's the last person to want all this attention and stuff like that. But it'll be good for him and his family,
Well, there'll be some friendly competition going on too, right?
Yeah,
Between
yeah.
Quincy and Boston firefighters. Who's on the Quincy team?
I think it's definitely going to be hopefully a close game. The Quincy team, I want to say we got 18 guys. I'm not going to try to list off all their names, but we got a good team, and I know Boston as well is a really good team, so it should be a good game.
Why a hockey game? Would that idea come
Well,
from?
Matt played hockey.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, his whole life he was a hockey player. But myself, I can't even skate, so I got friends that are like, dude, you don't even play hockey. You
Right.
don't even know how to skate. Like, I'm like, I know. I'm just helping organize it.
You're
so.
just organizing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
People are asking me like, "Are you playing?" I'm like, "No."
But I'm sure there are guys in the department that are pretty good on skates.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys that are good, so it's going to be a good game. For
Traditional
sure.
game, three periods.
Yeah, I want to say it's 3 period with a 17 or 15-minute run time.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, like there's a couple other guys. There's more than a couple guys that have obviously been helping with this whole thing, both on, the Quincy Fire Department and the Boston Fire Department. Matt's close friends. So there's so many people that have like reached out to help out, and it's obviously not just me. Like I could never do all this by myself.
Right.
So the hockey side of things, I reached out to a few guys that are on the Quincy hockey team, like Evan Harrington, Joe Morris. So they've been, handling like the run times and, communicating with the Quincy youth, rink.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah.
So 2:00 Sunday afternoon. and
Yep, correct.
There is an event afterwards, right?
Yeah, so Liberty Tavern.
Yep.
There'll be live music. I believe his name is Ryan Faraday. It's just one guy. Kind of plays a little bit of everything. So we'll be selling 50-50
Okay.
raffle tickets at the game. The drawing is going to be at Liberty Tavern. You don't have to be there to win. We're going to post the winners online as well on the Facebook event page, and different other pages will share the winners. So if you win, you'll find out about it one way or the other.
All right. Okay.
Then as well as we're hoping to get a big crowd at Liberty Tavern after the game. That's not your thing. There'll be booths, firefighter booths set up at the Shanty, the Hoffy, and Rags Tavern. So that'll probably be another option for people if they want to go somewhere after the game for a little after party.
Okay. The game itself, $20 admission?
Yeah, $20 recommended donation at the door.
Okay.
There'll be a booth set up there as well when you walk in. We should be handing out wristbands as well at the door of the game. So that way when you show up, if you show up to Liberty Tavern, you don't feel like you're obligated to, donate twice.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So.
And a special account is set up also, right, for the Troy family?
Yep. So if there's a GoFundMe set up for people that can't attend the game, as well as I set up an account at the Quincy Credit Union. So if someone wants to write a check, they can do that, and they write it out to the Troy Fund.
Okay. Check this morning, before any of this has already happened, Michael, you're almost at $8,000.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I mean, like I said before, Matt's he's the last guy that wants all this stuff and wants the money. But, the main goal wasn't to raise all sorts of money for Matt through the GoFundMe. I kind of just set it up because people who couldn't attend the game, they were asking me, well, we want to help. How do we help? What can I do? So I set up the GoFundMe as kind of like, hey, if you can't show up to the game, this is where you can, make a donation. Okay. And it took off. I'd say we're almost at 8,000, and originally the goal was 5,000. I ended up raising it to 10,000. So it's been good.
Has he said what he might like to do with the funds? I mean, when you're going through cancer treatment, there are expenses, unforeseen expenses.
For sure.
Just things like travel. And maybe hotel lodging and food costs that add up really quickly.
No, for sure. And I know the Boston Fire Department has been extremely good to him in terms of taking care of the medical side of things. I don't know exactly what he's going to do with the money. I know that Sean Clancy, a firefighter in Quincy, he set up a T-shirt link that raised a good amount of money. I know Matt planning to donate that money to the Boston Firefighters Cancer Foundation.
Okay.
The money from the GoFundMe, I think I talked to him a few days ago. It sounds like he's gonna keep it, and if something comes up where it's gonna be an expense, he's gonna use that money. So
he may have to travel for treatments. There's
and to be honest, I wouldn't care if the kid went to Cancun, Mexico, and had a good time with his family. Enjoyed himself.
Tell me about his family, if you could.
Yeah, so Matt, he's engaged to his fiancée Rachel, she's a sweetheart, great girl. His mother's Desiree, and his father Stix. He's another great guy, and he comes from an awesome family. He's got 2 sisters. Right now, he lives in Dorchester with his fiancée. He's got a dog, Ralphie. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to go through, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
his family.
Yeah. They back him, and they help him out, and they're in his corner, and super supportive. So
is he going to be at the game?
Yeah, he will be at the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that the Quincy Youth Arena, they're going to leave the top section just to him and his family and close friends and stuff, just so he's not around, a ton of people that are going to be hugging him and drooling on him, basically, so, because obviously he's going through treatment and his white blood cell count is low.
Absolutely.
We don't want him getting sick.
Sure. What happens after the game? There's a prize for a winner, or?
Yeah, so we got a ton of 50-50 raffle prizes.
Okay. Such as?
We got a few signed Bruins jerseys.
Fun.
Signed pucks. There's been, gift cards from various different businesses. But there's definitely some good prizes on the list. I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but they'll be posted at the game.
Okay.
We'll probably have a list of just all the prizes. And I think to save room for the raffle, instead of doing individual bags, I think we're just going to do, go up, read down the list, and just draw from one hat and pick the winners that way to save room, kind of.
Sure. Okay. So this is really, I mean, a lot of folks have stepped up to donate these prizes,
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
Was this your doing? Was you go around?
No, like I said, there's been like so many people that just have word of mouth that kind of heard and reached out, you know, whether it was to me or one of the other guys, and we kind of just got this little list, you know, together. And I know there's still like last minute things that people are donating probably out here today, you know, because we didn't really. The main goal was let's have a good hockey game, you know, bring some awareness to the bile duct cancer,
Right.
and to Matt, and show him how many people care and are in his corner, and all the other stuff is like it's really extra, and it's awesome that we were able to do it, but like we didn't really go out like, you know, looking for it so much, and
Yeah.
it's great that it came to us the way it did.
I'd be curious if other folks who may be experiencing this type of cancer hear about this, you
Yeah.
know, and shed some light on it. Much like I know we talked before about pancreatic cancer,
Right.
A little more prevalent than liver cancer, but still kind of takes a back seat to, you know, heart disease and
Right.
breast cancer,
No,
things
absolutely.
of that nature. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you foresee that in your future, Michael, as being kind of an advocate for this?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I enjoyed, you know, getting this whole thing together,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll see how it pans out Sunday. I think it's going to be a good crowd and a good time for everyone. So. we're
And
looking
bragging
forward to
rights
that.
for the winner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a trophy made up.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, nice cup. So it's called the Troy Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got a trophy for the winners. So
All right, you got to bring it home to Quincy then.
yeah, well, let's hope. Yeah.
Is this a refereed game?
Yep, there'll be referees.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to be running with 2 or 3 referees on the ice, and those are volunteers. I think all 3 are retired, or 3 are. I believe they're active firefighters.
Okay.
That are volunteering their time, and they've refed in the past. Yeah, and the Quincy Youth Hockey Rink has been such a big help.
Oh, that's great.
You know, they donate in their scorekeeper, so she she knows the system. We'll have a DJ at the game, you know, play music. I believe Saj from 98.5 will be kind of emceeing the event.
I see, okay.
Yep. And then Todd and correct me on his pronunciation of his last name, Angela, sings for the Bruins.
Okay.
He'll be doing the national anthem.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it'll be good, and looking forward to it.
Yeah. Did you reach out to the Bruins organization at all?
Yeah, so that was one of the other guys helping with the whole thing. Sandro Junkovic, he's a firefighter with me. He ended up reaching out to the Bruins and to Todd, and he's coming down to sing. So
That's super. A
Yeah.
lot of folks have stepped up to put this
absolutely.
together. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's Quincy, you know.
Yeah. $8,000 before it even starts, so
Yeah,
you're on the road to really helping bring attention to bile duct cancer, right? Liver
Yep.
cancer, but also to helping Matt and his family as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So anything else we should let folks know about?
Off the top of my head, no, nothing I can think of.
Families can come to the game, right?
Families, yeah, everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone's welcome.
About how long do you figure the game will go?
I believe we have the ice from 2 to 4.
Okay.
So I know at the game as well, we're planning on doing a puck toss. So I'm not sure the price of the puck, but you know, kids, if they want to throw a puck out there, it should be a fun time.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good way to kick off the winter season.
Yeah,
too.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thanks so much for coming over, Michael.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
the
for having me. It's
opportunity.
just good to be here.
I hope it helps get you some donations, get some folks out, and bring attention to this worthy cause as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Joe.
You're very
Appreciate it.
welcome. Just enough time to take a look at the weather forecast for you for the rest of the day today. Kind of what you see is what you get out there. Sunshine, just a few clouds, and temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. The wind has let up quite a bit, so that helps. Down to the mid 30s this evening. It's warming back up again tomorrow, but we're going to get wet and windy again. Kind of a repeat of yesterday's forecast tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 50s. More seasonable for Sunday and Monday, with daytime highs in the low to mid 40s and nighttime lows in the upper 20s and low 30s. Thanks again to Michael Bina for joining us here on the program today. Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching. Monday on the program, we'll welcome Lorraine Carley from the National Fire Protection Association here in Quincy. Meantime, check out our website anytime. That's QATV.org. You'll find all of our latest programs there. There's news and information, video on demand, live streaming, and a whole lot more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great weekend.